Now, how the seed formation take place? So first of all, we have discussed previously that the cotyledons, the two cotyledons and the one cotyledon. So what are the cotyledons? If you have seen in many seeds, like in corn and in groundnut, you have seen, or in nuts, you have seen the structure like this. And this can be divided into two equal halves. So these having the two cotyledon, the one cotyledon and the another cotyledon. But in corn, you cannot divide it into two halves equally, because it contain a monocotyledon, single cotyledon. So the development of the monocotyledon and the dicotyledon takes place similarly, which I have discussed in embryo formation. Okay, so this is a monocot and this is a dicot, having two cotyledon, one cotyledon and the another. If I will divide it into two, it will become like this, one and the other part. So these are the cotyledon, two cotyledon, therefore it is called dicotyledon. Okay, so after the fertilization, the number of changes occur in the ovule and transform it into a seed. So seeds have the enough food material for nourishing the seedling until it is capable to photosynthesis. Okay, so if you will consider the diagram of embryo sac again, this is the diagram of an embryo sac. It has the two outer integument layer. These are the two outer integument layer. So these two outer integument layer will become the two seed coat. The outer one will be the hard one, which is called testa. Okay, and the inner one will call the tegmen. Okay, so you can see in this, the outer one is the testa and the inner one is tegmen. These are the two integument which will develop into a seed coat. Okay, this is the plumule, this is radicle. The plumule will develop into a shoot like this, and the radicle will develop into a root further. Okay, so this part is the hilum. Hilum indicate the point of attachment of seed to the funicle. If you will go through the diagram of ovary part of the flower, you will find the hilum and the funiculus, which I have discussed in my previous videos. Okay, so in monocot also, this part is the endosperm, which will provide the nourishment to the developing embryo. This is the plumule, which will give rise to the shoot, and this is the radicle, which will give rise to the root system. Okay, so it has only one cotyledon, so this is a monocot, and it has the two cotyledon, so it is a dicot. Okay, so now this is how the seed formation take place. So after the fertilization, the wall of the ovary will develop into the fruit wall, which is called pericarp. Okay, In some fruits like apple, strawberry, the thalamus contribute to fruit formation, and such are called the false fruit. So this lower part, which is the thalamus part, which supports the ovary, in some fruit it is also contribute for the formation of fruit. Okay, so if you have seen an apple, this is an apple. This one is an apple, and this fleshy part is made up of thalamus in an apple. Okay, so this is a false fruit, but most develop into from ovary, and that are called true fruit. Okay, so now role of pollination in fruit formation. So what is the role of pollination in fruit formation, that we will discuss now. So it prevents the dropping of ovary which shall otherwise occur along the withering of other floral part. So as I have shown in my previous diagram, that after the fertilization take place, only the ovary will remain and other part will be fall off. But if there would be no pollination, then the ovary will also fall with the other floral part. So the pollen grain contain the small amount of auxin. So auxin is a kind of a growth hormone, growth promoting hormone, which is necessary for the development of ovary. Okay, so if there is no pollination, so there would be no auxin and the ovary will drop. Okay, and if there will be pollination, there will be the presence of small amount of auxin, then the ovary will develop into a fruit. Okay, ovary will develop into a fruit. So now role of developing seed in the fruit formation. So what is the role of developing seed after the fertilization? Seeds will start developing inside the ovary. So what are the role of developing seed in fruit formation? So developing seed also produce three type of growth promoting hormones like auxin, gibberellin and cytokines. So these three hormones will help to support the fruit formation. Okay, so now we are going to discuss other type of fertilization: parthenogenesis, apomixis and polyembryony. So what occur in parthenogenesis? So normally the egg will develop after the fertilization, after the male and female gamete meet, then only the egg will develop into an embryo. Okay, so this is the egg cell, and when the pollen reaches to the egg cell and releases the male gamete and the fertilization will take place, then only the embryo will start develop. So this is the normal case, but sometime when the fertilization fails due to any of the reason, the unfertilized egg also will develop into an embryo. So the unfertilized egg, which is without the presence of male gamete, no role of male gamete, without the presence of male gamete, the development of embryo take place, and this type of fertilization is called parthenogenesis. Okay, now the second one is apomixis. Apomixis is a kind of asexual mode of reproduction in which A new individual is formed without the formation of gamete and without their fusion. So in apomixis, no male and no female gamete is formed and no fusion between them will take place. So the next one is the polyembryony. So if there is the presence of more than one embryo in a seed, then it is called poly means many, embryony means embryo. So how it can be occur? It may be due to the presence of more than one egg in the embryo sac. This is the embryo sac. There must be more than, this is the one egg, there must be the another egg in some other area. Okay, or in some cases the number of embryo may develop simultaneously from the synergid or from the antipodal cell. Okay, so in this case more than one embryo will develop in a seed. So the example is mango, lemon and oranges. If you will squeeze the seed of an orange, you will find a different shape of embryo is present inside the seed. Okay, so that is the example of polyembryo. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe Exam Hai on YouTube, like our videos and comment.